Hello there and welcome to a pretty active spring type regime, not like winter. Look at this. This is warm air feeding well into like the Buckeye State big system here, wrapping around cool air, but nothing cold. Typically this time of year we will see thunderstorms maybe further down south, but not the case with this system. We'll talk about where a thunderstorm threat is for your Thursday in a little bit. But yeah, we get some cool air in. The real cold stuff though lingers back well towards the west. We get a little shot of it across portions of the Great Lakes, just like what we saw over the last week or so. It's a brief shot of Arctic air, and that's about it. Little system coming into the south. There could be some sneaky flurries or maybe a few snow showers into the mountainous areas into the southeast, but not really a big deal. It is still mild air being pumped in. Another warm up on the way on the backside of this, keeping the Arctic air confined until we get in towards the end of the week, and a little bit next week we'll get some cold air in here at times. But again, at times, this is not a big deal widespread type of a regime where you're getting major cold air. It's just these brief times. Severe thunderstorms possible as we go into Indiana, Ohio. There's a lot of wind in the atmosphere that could easily be brought down, then a little bit of a risk with this system further off towards the south here as well. Also wind, widespread big type wind, sustained winds 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts at times 40, 50, 60 miles per hour. There's the big stuff throughout the day on Thursday into early Friday morning with, again, sustained winds 20 to 30 something miles per hour and gusts to severe limits around 60 miles per hour in spots. That will simmer on down and move on through as we go through the rest of the day on your Friday, and then by Saturday it's going to be a memory at that point. So it's really just a story early on. Here's that system. Nice low pressure system right there. There's your warm air. Lots of rainfall along that. That moves off towards the north. Snow zone across Iowa into Wisconsin. Our next system bringing just plain rain along the stationary boundary to the south. High pressure across the middle portion of the country and then spreading off towards the east as well. There's that little bit of chance for some snow into the mid-Atlantic and portions of the higher elevations of the southeast. That's to end the weekend. Then we warm things right back up. That storm moves off the coast. Breezy conditions expected before more showers and thunderstorms are likely and more widespread rain into portions of the Ohio Valley and lower Great Lakes, with finally maybe a little bit of snow by next week into the middle of the country. Man, just not tons of snow, that's for sure. There's your upper air pattern. Cold air tries to come down at times. It will be kind of hit and miss. The big time colder air staying well off towards the north. That has been the pattern. It's been progressive. It's just moved through this generally a little bit to well above average air, and then we'll pump in a few days of very warm weather, and then it's a brief cool down on the backside of that. That has been pretty much the case. Next week though, we get a little better shot of some cold that should come down, and that will be a few days shot of some very brief Arctic air. But again, just not seeing huge issues. There's your snow. That is really the window. Not much. No major accumulations, maybe a few inches or so in spots, and it's just such a narrow little area in towards portions of far northern Michigan as we go in towards late portions of your Thursday into Friday. A look ahead overall with the jet stream and our moisture amounts. Look at that. That's the big batch of rain, an inch of rain in the core of that, then getting into a little bit of cold air, so you have your mixing and a little bit of that snow corridor. There's your next little system with that dip in the jet stream, showing just a little bit of light snow into the Tennessee River Valley area and then into portions of the southeast at that point as well. Not much snow. I mean, most spots here just not really seeing too much. There will probably be a very isolated corridor of 4 or 5 inches, maybe 6 inches, very isolated. We'll watch for some snow again in the upper terrain. I'm not sure if it's going to be 4 or 5, 6 inches, but accumulating snow, it's been rare. And then the west is going to be fairly quiet. Mountainous terrain, yeah, you might get a few inches, but that's